Alright, so I'm just going to take a couple minutes or moments to set up. There, put that there, and squeeze it just a little. No, I swear. And then we've got this, which I'm gonna pop out. Where is it? I can't see anything. Well, maybe if you weren't such a dumb program. Okay, where is it? Where is it? It's not this. This is not it. Pop out to chat. And then make this nice and small. That down there so I can see if anyone's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Ain't got no privacy. But yeah, I don't need to really look at that. Ooh, boop 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 doo. I'm so excited. Alright. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit so I can see my things. Blech. No! Hello, one person. Let's push that down a little. Hopefully, can see everything. Yeah, that looks good. No, you can't see everything because my big head is in the way. Squish that a little bit. Squish this a little. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for maybe more people to join. And then we'll get started. So, hello, one person watching. Appreciate ya. I don't know if there's anything that, like, I don't watch a lot of live streams. The only one that I watch is Pirate Viking Gaming, and he always, like, has everything on point, and I don't know how he does it. Witchcraft, obviously. You know, just scrolling through Instagram. Alright, so it's been a bit since I posted on the things, so I'm just going to start and people can jump in later. Alright, so these are the Liliths of 2017, for anyone who's not familiar with Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. Every year they do limited edition releases. They've been doing a lot more than usual, but the Liliths have been happening for... I mean, since their daughter was born. She's the daughter of the owners of Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, and every year they do a release that is inspired by her, which is really sweet. My favorite part about them is they're usually one or two very sugary, sweet candy scents, which honestly I didn't think I liked for a really long time, and then I got a bottle of sticky eyeballs and floppy entrails, and it's 100% one of my favorite smells. So I'm hoping that we get more of these. So I will read the intro, even though I know that you can see this. Alright. So it says, Lilith, my angel, I love you with all my heart. I love the hiccuping snorts of your belly laugh. I love the strange stormy gray of your eyes. I love your fart jokes, your songs. I love our late night talks. I love everything about you. From your taste in shoes to your moral fiber. I love your kindness, your strength of character. I love your sense of humor and your sense of justice. I love you. I love being your mom. Happy birthday, Lilith. So the first sent is Admeti. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I have a pretty bad astigmatism, so reading is not very easy for me. On the last day of school, some of the families get together at the beach to celebrate the onset of summer break. It was cold, gray, and overcast, but that was hardly daunting for this little oceanid. Lilith and her friends splashed and played in the water I couldn't put a toe into. She boogie-boarded for the first time that day and fell in love. The beach bunny I have now is a far cry from the tiny Virgo who wouldn't go near the sand because she didn't want to get her Doritos dirty. Driftwood and sea salt submerged in a marine layer, a touch of sweet carnation, bright neroli, and a sandy strip of kelp. That sounds nice. I have recently become more fond of aquatics, but I don't know how I feel about carnation. We have Apocalyptic Horse Princess next. Lilith has always enjoyed the company of monsters. She grew up at Dark Delicacies, and her two favorite toys when she was a baby were a Freddy Krueger rubber mask and a matching Freddy dog, with razor hands that were blunted by Grandma Sue, so Lil didn't poke her eye out. She has fears just like any other kid, but her monster friends helped protect her from real-life dangers. When she gets scared late at night, we talk about her ghost friends that roam the house, the vampires that live in our basement, the werewolves that hang out in the yard, the zombies that keep spare brains in our garage freezer, and all the other monsters, imaginary monster friends, that love her and keep her safe from real-world dangers. When we vend at horror-centric conventions, the monsters are always so nice to Lilith. At Midsummer Scream, she gets tons of high fives from shambling ghouls and radioactive plant horrors, and she gets hugs from demented clowns, and slobbering werebeasts. Ever since Lilith was in kindergarten, we've helped with her school's Halloween party, so she's grown up loving setting up and working in haunted houses and horror mazes. This photo is from this year's Midsummer Scream. Lilith was inspecting a Headless Horseman scene, getting ideas for this year's Halloween maze. This sounds good. Crushed mint and neon lime, sour candy powder, and wild plum. That sounds like something that I'm gonna buy. Let's check out the photo. Sorry, I'm swooshing closer to y'all. Nice. Cute. So this sounds pretty good, but we'll see if anything else hits me. Baby's First Con Panel. Another one of my favorite Lilith scents is the Baby's First Krampuslauf, and it's chocolate and wood smoke, so maybe this one will be in the same sort of vein. On July 20th, Lilith went to her first SDCC panel, San Diego Comic-Con. As a carny kid and the tiniest lab rat, she's been to tons of cons and events, and we've been taking her to San Diego Comic-Con since birth. While she's always had a good time, this year was the first year that she independently invested her enjoyment there. She tore up the vending area, played video game demos, went looking for Arthur's ice cream shop, and sat through several panels of her choosing. It was an experience that was truly hers for the first time, and that was a really amazing piece of magic that I was privileged to witness. The scent of the soft pretzel we hid in our backpack, plus a little bit of leftover chocolate chip cookie. That sounds intriguing, and if I get myself together for decants, I definitely feel like this is a decant circle scent that I will partake in. Something that happens to me a lot is I get paid on the around the 1st. Sometimes it's the 1st, sometimes it's the 31st, and then the 15th. So if there aren't releases like really close to those times, I never managed to get myself together enough or in time to participate in the decant circle. Next, we've got Brunch Witches. Dressed in her witchy best for brunch with the fam. Pumpkin pancakes and berries in cream. That sounds really nice. Let's see, is this big enough? Can you guys actually see? Yeah, kinda. But if you want to watch or look along or see better pictures, obviously you can go to this website. So pumpkin pancakes and berries and cream sounds absolutely delicious. So might grab a decant of that. Cemetery Creep. This summer, Brian got married at the Mountain View Mausoleum. As a side benefit, the burials got to spend hours skulking around its beautiful cavernous halls in the weeks leading up to the event. Lilith loves the vast quietness of the mausoleum almost as much as she enjoys playing tag in the cemetery, and wandered the halls doing impromptu math equations to figure out how old people were when they passed. I love this little cemetery creep with all my cobwebby heart. Marble White Musk, Orris Root, and Vanilla Blossom. I don't have anything that has orris root in it, so, and I don't know if I have any vanilla blossom notes in any of my perfumes either. I'm not totally a really big fan of vanilla as a note, but maybe vanilla blossom's a little bit different. And I love musk. Oh, I used to do this with my mom all the time. I have a picture. Maybe I don't know if you can edit streams afterwards, but maybe I'll insert a picture. The scent is called Closet Raid. Funny how much better Lilith looks in my clothes than I do. This is the scent of generations of children raiding their parents' closets. My grandmother and mother's Chanel No. 5, my father and grandfather's Lilac Vegetal, my snake oil, and Lilith's lavender blossoms. I don't know how I feel. I definitely like the idea of whatever this is. I'm going to Google it, but I'm not going to make you guys watch me Google it. But I love lilacs. I love the smell of lilacs. Anything? Anything? And Chanel No. 5 actually smells quite nice, but it's never been something that I've wanted to... smells like rotting lettuce. Oh yeah. It smells nice, but it's so expensive, and you know all the other things that make people shy away from mainstream perfumes sort of have contributed to me never getting any Chanel No. 5. But this, I think it'd be interesting to. This sounds interesting, and I'd like a decant of it for sure. Dancing Among the Tombs. Autumn at Lilith's favorite cemetery, Lafayette No. 1. Osmanthus and jasmine, Spanish moss and dandelion, snake oil and dorian. That sounds cute. I love osmanthus. I can speak. And I don't always love the Labs jasmine, but I do like jasmine. The scent of dandelion intrigues me. And yeah, I don't know. This is probably something that I will, if I have any money left over, I'll consider, but it doesn't sort of jump out at me. Daybreak. Just a photo of Lilith and Pickle that I took one morning. I love this little human so much. Aww, it's cute. Last night's lavender drops with a whiff of Pickle's vanilla coconut pupper shampoo. I'd be interested to see if that is similar to TKO, which I like the idea of, but I hate the smell of. But I feel like maybe the vanilla coconut, the coconut aspect might add something, another dimension that'll make me like it more. Do all the good you can. Lilith has been involved with our humanitarian and philanthropic work for several years, helping with fundraising events like our food, toy, and feminine napkin drives. She has taken the initiative a few times now, setting up her own fundraisers for the UNHCR and Pasadena Humane Society. This year, we decided that she's old enough to do the footwork, and she volunteered with us twice in serving those currently experiencing homelessness. This photo is from Christmas Day 2017. Lilith spent several hours helping us distribute food, toiletries, and sleeping bags in Hollywood. Madagascar vanilla, sweet patchouli with Yule pine, white fig, and almond blossom. It sounds intriguing. I don't love the Yule or Christmas pine note. It's very sweet to me, and it doesn't like sort of smell like pines that I've been around before because I'm from Colorado, and I don't believe there's a lot of Christmas pines up in the mountains, or Yule pines. But the white fig and almond blossoms are kind of intriguing. I think this might be related to her Bob the Drag Queen little snippet that she did. Do you like clowns? Lilith has been watching Drag Race with me since she was teething and has worked with us at every drag con. She loves filming video or promo videos with Tom for the Nobody's events. She loves watching drag makeup tutorials. And Alaska's videos. And one of her goals in life is to pull off a reveal like Violet Chachki's tartan runaway look on the first day of school. So when she heard that Bob the Drag Queen was looking for a little girl for a comedy video, she was all over it. She loves Bob, she loves drag, and she loves being a big funny ham on stage. I'm the worst stage mom in all of Los Angeles history, and she has no headshots and no reel. So I sent over a funny photo of Lilith jet-lagged in one of her and the Nobody's vids, and somehow she got the gig. It was one of the best days of her life. Bob and the crew were incredibly nice and friendly, and Lilith had the time of her life. To say thank you, she drew this picture for Bob and the two of them, picture for Bob of the two of them together on a bus bench. Yes. This sounds like something that smells really good. Raspberry ice cream and a smear of black cherry lip gloss. That is a cute picture. And I will put a link maybe down below, but this is the link and you can get to it from this site. Ego Sum Lux Mundi. Doing her work at the Grotto, the International Shrine of St. Jude at Our Lady of Guadalupe Chapel in New Orleans. Frankincense and myrrh with golden apple, green apple pulp, and white pear. That sounds really freaking good. I need it. Gas masks and snails and puppy dog tails. My offspring loves crossbows, gas masks, and kittens. That sounds like me at that age. Sounds like me now. She loves unicorns and rainbows and rhinestones and glitter, insects and SpongeBob and fart jokes and whoopee cushions. She has a Nerf arsenal that would make her great, so many greats, Grandpa Attila proud, and a sea of big-eyed rainbow poofy plushes you could probably literally drown in. She loves fashion dolls as much as she loves anatomical models, Legos as much as My Little Pony. I love the diversity of her interests and that over the years she is finding peace with loving what she loves, regardless of what anyone else might think. Cotton candy and jelly beans with sugar cookie crumbles and vanilla frosting. Fuck me up! That sounds so nice. And I love the inspiration behind it because I was the exact same way. I actually have a picture of me when I was about 4, and I'm wearing a pink princess dress with a plastic knight's helmet holding a sword and going, "Ah!" And I'm like, yeah. Cute. Our next scent is Heck on Wheels. Sometimes I make a perfume just because I love this kid. Red velvet confetti cupcakes and bubblegum. I don't like red velvet cake. but I know that it smells chocolatey and delicious, and also that cream cheese frosting sounds really nice. So that's in the running. Huntress. This was the day that we discovered that Lilith was likely a sharpshooter crossbowman in another life. She was startlingly accurate, even with the handicap of using a clumsy carnival weapon. Funnel cakes, baked apples, and strawberry cream. Fuck me up! That sounds amazing! Oh my goodness. I need that. I need it so much. Why? So I'm a sucker for cathedral incenses and frankincense and all that stuff. Even though I've literally never been to... I don't think I've ever even been... No, I've been in a Catholic church recently. Hey, can you turn that down? Someone's being a poo. Little photojournalist. Lilith Burial, budding photojournalist at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis, King of France, New Orleans, LA. She's been snapping photos since she was a toddler. We have whole photo albums of blurry photos of shoes and pavers from those days. She loves taking her powder pink Instax on trips, and loves to document play dates with her friends. Cathedral incense and rock candy. That sounds really lovely. Paying her respects. Lilith's annual visit to St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. Star jasmine and tobacco leaf. That's something that I'm interested in getting a decant of, because it's two of some of my problem notes. Like, I love the scent of jasmine, and there's some tobacco leaf notes in a lot of perfumes that I like. So, but there's also some really gross ones that ruin the whole perfume for me. Hey, can you turn that down? We have Pew Pew. There's nothing that sparks joy for me quite like sharing something I love with Lilith. She's been playing console games with me on and off since she was 5, though she took a break from Diablo for a while after Brian bailed on her to chase after a treasure goblin. Blue raspberry slushy, a bowl of strawberries, and microwavable popcorn. That intrigues me. I don't remember... Oh, it's another one of the Liliths that I have that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But that strawberry note in there is so good, so I think that I will grab one of these. Poke. On December 30th, Lilith went with a gaggle of her grown-ups, her plush alligator, Crocky, there's a story there, and one of her besties, Camilla, to get their ears pierced by the wonderful people at Studio City Tattoo. When the needle went through, she didn't scream, and she didn't cry. She growled in an attempt to repress the impulse to yell fuck in the middle of a tattoo shop. Tom and I got new piercings in solidarity, but Crocky, Teddy, and Brian all declined. Coconut and red currant, red musk, and a pop of surgical steel. That sounds interesting. I love metallic notes very, very much, and I also quite like coconut. And I don't know if I have an opinion on red currant, and red musk is meh to me, but I really, really appreciate that they took her to a tattoo shop to get pierced. Obviously they would, but getting your ear pierced with a gun is so bad, and I honestly would be shocked if they did that. But it's just a good thing to see that people are responsible, taking care of their kids. All right, sorry, I'm getting a little hot and tired of talking. Potatoes. I don't know how to say that, but whatever. Hold on, I'm going to take a quick drink. Thanks to the much-needed winter rains this year, my little river nymph was finally able to see the creeks in Eaton Canyon as something other than dry, fawn beige, tumbleweed-strewn strips of sand wash. In the past, she's always been ambivalent about hiking, but something about the rushing stream and sparkling waters enchanted her until she fell in love. Honeysuckle and honey, water lilies, and white sage. I need that. I need that so much. I love the smell of sage, I love honeysuckle, I'm meh about honey, but I was also the same way. Like I said, I grew up in Colorado, which is dry, but in spring every year, you'd get little rivulets depending on how much it snowed. But it was always just such a magical time for me. So that reminds me of that, and I need it. Snowball fight! Last winter, we took Lilith to New York for the first time. We were en route to the march in Washington, D.C. with our friends and made a few pit stops on the way. This photo was taken a split second before I got snowballed in the face at East 72nd Street Playground. The handsome devil in the background is one of Lilith's best friends in the world, Kyle. Snowballs and vanilla ice cream. I wonder if I would like vanilla ice cream more. This actually intrigues me quite a bit because I do like minty scents, and I assume that the snowball is going to be a bit minty. So, and also since it's ice cream, it might be a nice cold vanilla, which sounds really nice. Oh man, storyboard, Julius Caesar. Lilith has been taking kiddo Shakespeare classes for the past 4 years and absolutely loves them. Last year, they did a mini-series focusing on Julius Caesar, King Lear, and The Tempest. The kids analyzed the plays and performed scenes from them. Then, at the end of the cycle, they put together a play of their own based on the themes in the works of Shakespeare that they have studied. Their play this time was entitled Evil Bunny. Lilith performed as Mark Antony and showed off her orator skills. Hearing Lilith speak at Caesar's funeral gave me the chills. She came to bury Caesar, not praise him. Macerated myrrh, rose petals, iris with frankincense, and a splash of blood. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I'm kind of addicted to frankincense, and I don't really love rose petals. But, you know, if when I look these over, something else doesn't call to me. Storyboard, The Tempest. Lilith played Ariel and Miranda and said she liked playing Miranda more. She said it's easy to relate because her mom is a lot like Prospero. I'm still trying to figure out whether that's a compliment or an insult. Ivy and lime rind, marigold, and moss. That sounds amazing. I love lime. I love lime. I love it so much. And I've started to quite like the smell of marigolds too. Depending on what moss they're talking about, because Spanish moss isn't really my favorite, but the smell of just like moss is very green and fresh, and I quite like that. So this sounds like a scent that I would really, really enjoy. The Goddess of Mischief. Lilith has a ton of empathy for the God of Mischief. I think many kids identify with Loki because they know what it's like to be passed over, to be ignored in favor of a shinier relative or friend, and what it feels like to not be as strong or powerful as some of your peers. He may be evil-ish, but he has a sense of humor and a grasp of irony that kids relate to, and that's worth its weight in Alchemy gold nuggets. Thor is great and all, but Loki has gone through some shit, and Lilith respects that. But what are the main reasons why Lilith digs Loki? He looks like me, and he's really funny. Girl! Loki costume by Chrissy Lynn. White lavender and sweet amber, green oud, and inky musk. I don't know how I feel about that one. I, too, have a soft spot for Loki. He's a nuisance, and I am as well. The Spectral Flower Girl. The ghosts swarm, they speak as one. I'm so bad at reading poetry. Okay, the ghosts swarm, they speak as one person. Each loves you. Each has something left undone. With love to Ray Armantrout for the poem. Black lilies, red roses, and baby's breath. not, I don't have any perfumes with baby's breath note in them, so I can't decide if I want that or not. Whoa! Okay, we got this. This is a long description, so I'm gonna need a sip. Valuable, powerful, deserving. In a hotel in Baltimore, Lilith helped me color in my sign for the Women's March in D.C. She had made her own 2 signs, brimming with girl power and featuring a unicorn, of course, but finished in time to help me get mine all dolled up. There are many criticisms of the march that are valid, but I will tell you this. Being able to show my daughter thousands upon thousands of people that were demanding a government built on justice, compassion, and acceptance was something incredibly powerful. The experience she had meeting other children who were there in hopes of a kinder, brighter future was invaluable. It was a pivotal moment. This ability to demonstrate for her how to show up and how to work for a better country and a better future for marginalized and underrepresented groups. It was incredible being there in Washington with her, and I will never forget it. I hope this experience helped to reveal her own inner strength to her and the strength she can find in her allies. Golden Amber, Vanilla Oud, and Orange Blossom. Orange Blossom is one of my death notes, and I don't love the combination of amber and vanilla, so this is going to be a pass for me, but what a cool thing to be inspired by, and I hope that the people who do get this love it a lot. Vampire Princess. Last Halloween, Lilith wanted to be Maleficent, so we hooked her up with a Maleficent costume. The horns were imbalanced, though, and she was frustrated. So she decided to wear the rest of the costume, sans horns, and be a vampire. She looked amazing, in my motherly opinion. But when it came time to trick-or-treat, her voluminous skirt and flowing cape made it difficult for her to keep up with the other kids. We tried knotting it, hiking it up, everything. And in the end, she vowed she would never wear another costume that she can't run and jump in. Practical. Blood musk and lavender with bourbon, vanilla, plum oud, black patchouli, and Romanian wildflowers. That sounds interesting. I don't think I have anything with blood musk in it, and the Romanian wildflowers are very intriguing. But, yeah, that's definitely a problem with the outfit. That's pretty much my thing whenever it comes to, like, putting together an outfit is, can I keep up with my long-legged friends? I'm 5'1", so all my friends are much taller than me, and I have to scuttle sometimes, just power walking to keep up with them. Winter at the Capitol. It was a cold, cold day. A thick fog obfuscated everything. It was tremendously symbolic in myriad ways. It's funny, Lilith was 2 months old when Obama was elected. I remember how I felt that night as the election returns were coming in. When his presidency was announced, it was like a fist surrounding my heart unclenched, and I could breathe again. With Lilith in my arms, I inexplicably wept with relief. Suddenly believing with all my heart that she was safe and that her future, all of our futures, were on a trajectory of kindness and justice buoyed by hope. The country is flawed and imperfect, but we were on our way to making things right. Then November 2016 happened, and in January a thick fog descended on the National Mall, and the fist clamped around my heart again. The hope and valor of iris blossoms, twined with chrysanthemum's bold fearlessness, violet's vigilance, oleander's caution, and white and red roses for unity. That sounds a little too floral for me, but what an interesting inspiration. So there's a couple that I am very interested in. I think it was the one with strawberries in it. Basically all the foodie ones. And Poke. I mean, I think most of them are foodie. But Pew Pew definitely intrigues me. Little Photojournalist sounds good. Huntress sounds amazing. I love funnel cakes. And it's got strawberry cream, which sounds very nice. Heck on Wheels sounds good too. this is going to be an interesting list. We'll see what the damage is a little bit later. But thank you to the person that joined me during this live stream. I wish that there would have been more people, but that's all right. These videos seem to do okay. Yeah, but I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and that when you sleep, sleep comes up quickly for you. Let me know what scents you're thinking of buying in the comments down below. And yeah, alright. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, I never have this quite right. The timing is bad. Okay. Actually, bye.